welcome to the TheDayIsOurz channel. I'm your host, Johnny Utah, and it is Friday, May 24th. Man, we're almost through the month of May, and how about that? Well, this entire week I have struggled with sleeping, and not in the way that I'm not getting enough sleep, but, I've been doing this for, since the start of January, very, very consistently. And this is the first week where, my body just did not want to wake up. Literally, Monday, if Arlene didn't wake me up, with crying and to get him a bottle at that 6 o'clock time frame, I would have been dead asleep. Tuesday, I woke up late myself. Wednesday, Arlene was asleep and I was asleep. I slept all the way up until 9 o'clock. Thursday, I had my rest day, plasma day, and then today, the struggles continued. Another day where I woke up late, and once again, Arlene saved me. If he did not wake up needing something, then I would have been dead asleep again. And I guess we'll talk about more of that on the sleep score. Let's go ahead and jump right into the stats here. So, completed my workout today, 8:35. I've completed 11,828 steps. Which is a solid start. I'd much rather just be between 12,000 and 14,000. So being below that 12,000 means that it just leaves me with a lot to be desired there, right? Leaves me with a chip on my shoulder. I know I can do better, but obviously part of that is going to be getting up on time and, working out the full workout. And when I get up late, that just means that I'm not getting my full workout in, I'm not getting the full steps in, I'm not getting the full calorie burn in. And so, nothing I can do about that. The way I see it is that I have to choose at the end of my evening. Do I go to bed early, while Arlene is still awake, or do I make sure that my child is taken care of and then go to sleep? And so, that's been the struggle, and honestly, I'd rather choose my child over, me. For me, it's going to be a long process. I'm not worried about me having to lose weight immediately, right? Or just be perfectly healthy immediately, right? Immediate gratification, not vocabulary in my book, to be honest. So it's going to be a process. It's going to be a long process. And so I'm going to give myself room for error, and we're just going to tackle each adversity one step at a time. All right, moving on to intake. So 355 calories, so a little bit lower than what it normally is. And I do have my normal muscle milk that I'm drinking, 160 calories, 25 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, which is great. I love no sugar. But I also have my Quest bar here. This one's a different one. It's called a Hero Protein Bar. This is the cookies and cream version of it. This has 1 gram of sugar, 18 grams of protein, but it's only 150 calories compared to, some of the other bars that I have that are, a little bit higher in calorie intake. So it just gives me a lot less calories to consume, at least earlier in the morning. And it's more like a puff than an actual dense bar. So if you're someone that doesn't like the dense bars, those Hero bars might be the option there for you. I'm pretty okay with either way. So whether it's a dense pure protein bar or a regular chewy Quest bar, or even this kind of puff bar, I think they're all really good. As long as it tastes good, that's what I care about. So as long as I can get the taste good, we're good. And so that works. Moving on to the other side of the numbers here, 140 activity minutes, which is definitely below where I want it to be. Like I say, getting up later it just sucks. Mentally, it just sucks. And once again, guys, to caveat that, I do not set an alarm in the morning because I have a baby. I'm not gonna wake up the baby intentionally just so I can get up to go work out. If I'm gonna get up, I am gonna get up through my own sheer will. And for the most part, I've been able to do that, but this week was a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. And so it is what it is, right? There's no crying in baseball, so obviously we just got to get back to the lab and figure out a better way to, try to get up in the morning, or try to figure out a better way to get Arlene to sleep earlier so I can get more sleep throughout the night, and then maybe not so much worry about getting up later. right? It's got to be one or it's got to be the other. That's where it counts to. And then my activity calories burned 1,091 calories, which I feel like I could have done much better than that. But, once again, that is all going to be to your workout time, like this week. I don't think I've actually even gotten to aerobics just because I've been so late. I have to end my workout at 8:30 just to make sure that I can record this video and then be ready for Arlene by the time it hits 9 o'clock. And like right now, that's like 5-10 minutes from now. And so that's why I just got to make sure I can complete this workout so when he's up, I can be there for him. And then going on to the last stat here, we're going to talk about that sleep score. And yeah, it gave me a score of 82. So I have been getting good sleep. Now, partial of that is I'm getting up later. It says I got here at 6:09. I didn't get up until like 6:20, guys. I was like, so mad getting up. But I mean, and then I was really thankful because it was Arlen that got me up. And luckily, he didn't need anything this morning. He just wanted to be held for like a couple of seconds, and he was right back down. But yeah, and I went to bed. I definitely went to bed around that midnight time frame. So, like I said, we're sleep training him. So trying to put him in the crib, and then he goes from the crib back to our bed, and the crib is in a separate room. So it's a little bit different. But we're sleep training, right? This is first time parents. We're figuring stuff out. We're doing it one step at a time. Just like I'm doing the workout stuff, I'm doing this stuff. It's all mixing, maybe not intertwining perfectly. That's okay, right? It's a learning progress. You guys have to give yourself room to grow, right? If you're going to get better at things, there's going to be a lot of failure. And I mean a ton of failure. You cannot grow without failing first. This is the reason why I'm such a huge gamer. I love hard games like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring. I've been on Final Fantasy because it's like my childhood game, and I just completed hard mode. And you go through the normal mode, dynamic mode, and you're like enjoying the story, and then hard mode really teaches you how to play the game. And the reason it teaches you how to play the game is because you're dying every 10 seconds, and so you have to learn how to maneuver every single little detail and use everything to your advantage. So I love it. It's like brain stuff. It just feeds my brain, and that's why I love it. But part of that is just, once again, the failure part. So you cannot grow without failure, and so you have to give yourself room to grow. Going off to the stats here, so it gave me 5 hours and 42 minutes of actual sleep time, total 6 hours 4 minutes, 82 sleep score, 4 sleep cycles, that's good. Wakefulness 6%, that's great. Physical recovery and mental recovery, both in the 70s. Physical actually outdoing mental for one. So how about that? That's not too bad of a stat there. And I do feel it, right? Like mentally, I feel really good. Like, yes, I'm getting up later, and yes, I'm getting a little bit more sleep. I wish I could get more sleep, right? If I could get to bed around like that 10:30, even just 11, I would feel really, really good. That would give me a whole extra hour. I'd probably get this score up into the 90s. But it is what it is, right? So we just got to keep tackling each week. And it's okay if there's a little bit of failure there, right? Because we're going to grow from it, we're going to learn, and then we're going to overcome and adapt. All right, but as always, we want to hear how you guys did. How did your week go? It's weigh-in Friday, right? So now I get to see the results of it, and honestly, I'm like nervous about it because I didn't work out on Wednesday. I had the plasma day on Thursday. I had late days on Monday and Tuesday, and I had another late day today. Your result is the Friday, the weigh-in is the result of what work you put in. You get out what you put in, right? And so, like, I feel like, once again, this is just another, like, average week. And so, what will the result be? Am I just going to gain another 2 pounds? I was up 3 pounds, from the last weigh-in, so, it's going to be tough. If you're a Nighthawk, someone who works out late in the evening, you guys always have my respect. We always want to hear how you guys did, so please let us know. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video. We always want to hear, from you guys. And I always say the hardest part about doing this journey is doing it alone. And you don't have to do it alone. You can do it with us. But looks like we've run out of time. So with that, it's Johnny Utah out, and have a good morning.